Hello everyone, my name is Chris T, and today I thought we would open up our sketchbooks and do a sketchbook spread. By the way, this sharpener I'm using absolutely sucks. I don't know if you can hear it, but it didn't do any sharpening. I had to use a different sharpener, but I digress. So I haven't really worked on my sketchbook as much as I'd like to. Last year I made this goal or this resolution to finish my sketchbook within the year, and I haven't, but I'm actually like over halfway done with it. So I wanted to go in and do a full 2-page spread, just a full spread, so that it all felt cohesive and kind of nice. I really love looking at sketchbooks that have cohesive spreads that are just like really beautiful. So I also haven't worked with colored pencil in a very long time, and I was just kind of feeling it. I was like, well, this sketchbook isn't that great with wet media, and I usually use watercolors, so I have a bunch of random colored pencils sitting around, so I thought I would just kind of get them out and use them. I am using a red prismacolor col-erase pencil to do the sketching. I thought it would be nice to really just like lean into the colored pencils and that be the main focus of this whole thing. I went onto Pinterest and I just looked at some of the pins that I already had saved. I have a lot, and I was just looking at a bunch of them and just finding something in those that I wanted to draw in a bunch of different pins. And I was like, oh, cool, I could draw this Volkswagen bus. And then there was like this one picture that had this cool fancy chair in it, and I decided to draw that. I really wanted to draw this crane for a long time, so I decided to use this as an opportunity to do so. Also, if you were wondering, I am working in a illo sketchbook. I will definitely have everything in the description box below, but since this is a more chill video, I think I can just go ahead and tell you all what I'm working on. So yeah, I just started drawing random things. I didn't really think about where I was going to put everything. I like to work on my sketchbook from right to left because I'm left-handed. I discovered this not too long ago in my life, probably like a year or so ago, and it has changed my life for the better. I always smudge, and these sketchbooks that have like a smoother paper texture is like the worst for smudging. So I've been working more from right to left just to really not smudge things around. It's a little bit different with the colored pencil. They don't smudge as much, but I just kind of like this workflow because I feel like I can kind of see everything as I'm building it out. So yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason for what I was using, but I just started drawing a bunch of random things. And I want to use this moment to say I got a new family member, and it's pretty exciting news, but also she is a menace. So I'm going to show you her. Her name is Noche. She is a little black cat. Her name means night in Spanish, and she is so cute, but she is like just a nuisance. She's a menace to this world, and I love her. As I'm actually recording this, I hear her meowing in the background. I don't know if you'll pick up on it at all, but she really wants to be in my room. But she's such a fighter, so I can't have her with me at all times. But I thought I would show you because even though this video is mostly time-lapse, there are a few times where she does get into the screen and I have to like bring her off. So I thought I would introduce you all to her. So at this point, this is another day of me working on the rest of the sketchbook spread. I wanted to mention that you can see that there's clearly something that's already colored in this piece, and that is because I wanted to film an Instagram reel. It's something I really wanted to start getting into with my art and Instagram, and I just wanted to be posting more, so I've decided to get into reels. I haven't really posted much, but this was the first reel I made, and it was great because it got me excited about the colored pencil process. And I absolutely enjoyed these colored pencils. It was such a fun time. So these are Prismacolor Premier Colored Pencils, and I only have 12 of them, and I'm not 100% sure where I got them. No lie, I think it was probably a gift from my mom when I was a lot younger. The first coloring media I ever used was colored pencils, and I had a huge stack of like 50 Crayola colored pencils, and I would use those religiously. And I really thought at that time that I was going to be a colored pencil artist when I grew up. I just loved it, and I had so much fun going into it. So I think probably around the time that I got these colored pencils is probably when I decided to experiment with watercolor, and I fell in love with watercolor quite quickly, so I think I just never looked back. But as I was cleaning my studio the other day, I found these, and I was like, wow, I really want to get into it because I love when artists use multiple media in their art, and I really want to explore that because although I like watercolor, I think it could be really fun to add some texture, and colored pencils is a really great option for that. And it's also going back to my roots because I used to use them all the time. So as you saw, I already picked out the colored pencils before I ever even went into the coloring stages of this. They're the only rhyme or reason was I have a few. Which colors of this few that I already had, this few selection I have to choose from, look nice together? So that was kind of how I tried to pick the colors, and I kind of like the colors that I picked. It's very warm. It's very inviting. So the things that I drew didn't necessarily go with the colors necessarily. I drew the kiwi and the orange because I knew the colors I had. The chair that I'm coloring was actually green. It was a dark emerald green, but it was green, so it kind of fit. And I think the Volkswagen bus was actually orange. So it seems I kind of picked a few things that matched the colors, but the crane and the cat, they definitely weren't any of these colors. The crane was definitely just one color, and I decided to make it rainbow. I decided to use all of the colors. I thought since it was in the middle of this page, it would be really nice to lean into all of the colors and just let it be one of the most colorful things on this spread. And I enjoy it. I think it looks really good. It's so cute. But yes, again, the creaminess of these colored pencils really just made me feel like, wow, I missed this. This was so fun. Like, I think I want to buy more colored pencils and just explore it more. I don't know that I would ever do full-on colored pencil pieces. I think it takes a lot of patience, time, dedication, all the kind of things I don't have right now. But I think it would be fun to kind of play around with them in watercolor pieces where I can just add that texture. And I think for the sketchbook, it was particularly nice because there wasn't a lot of pressure. I wasn't trying to make anything look particularly nice. I was just scribbling with these colors, and it was such a stress relief. It was so mentally rejuvenating and just a lot of fun. I felt like I was just being creative and just making art and not caring so much about how it turned out because I was just scribbling with colored pencils, honestly. So last for this sketchbook spread was the line work. Even though I loved how the colored pencil looked, I felt like it needed just something to make it pop out so that everything that I colored here really had some definition, because it was definitely fun and loose, but I wanted some definition, and I thought what better way to line it than with more colored pencil. So for colored pencil, I actually used the Tombow irojiten colored pencil, and I got this in a mystery art supply box. I don't remember if it was Art Snacks or what have you, but I really like this colored pencil. It's in the color plum, and I have been using it for other things. It's a really nice dark color that's not black, so I thought it would be perfect to line everything with this color because I haven't really used purple in the spread, so it feels different enough that it's almost like black. The only issue is colored pencil kind of creates that waxy, I don't even know what you call it, just like this waxy layer, and it's hard to layer colored pencil at that point when you already put it on pretty thick. And for some of these things, I was really going ham with the coloring and just kind of like getting it in there, so it didn't layer the best on everything. So there's a few areas that it just kind of doesn't actually show up, but especially the parts that are just like connected to plain paper, you can see the outline. And overall, I definitely think it was better than not having the outline, so I enjoyed it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this piece. Thank you all for joining me in this sketchbook spread. It's so fun to work in the sketchbook. I really want to get back into it because it's just so loose and it's just mentally very relieving. And I had a lot of fun exploring colored pencils again, and I'm hoping to do more with it in the future. So let me know what you think about this piece in the comments below. Do you like colored pencils? Do you use them? And as always, I hope you all have a fantastic day, week, and and month. I hope you have a fantastic month. We're getting towards the end of February into March. I hope you have a nice March. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.